Hi again, Luke here. In this video, we're going to cover setting up your follow-up email series. This is obviously a very crucial part of building your list and providing information, because this is the automated part where basically everybody who enters their information onto your email list will receive your follow-up email sequence at a predetermined time. So it's very handy. This allows your system to work for you while you're asleep, while you're on holidays. It doesn't matter. This is all automated, so it's very nice to set this up and to set and forget it, to allow it to follow up with your leads or your subscribers without you necessarily having to do it manually yourself. So we're going to come up, we're still on my first list here. So this is the list. Obviously, if we wanted to set up emails for tester, then we would click tester first. But we're going to continue with my first list, which is where we set up that that opt-in form, and that's where we've got that first subscriber, which was me filling in my details just in the last video. So we're going to come to messages, follow-up series. So we're going to create our first follow-up. Okay, so here we are in the message editor. Now this is just like writing an email. Okay, your subject, and if you remember, I mentioned about if you leave the name field, then this will actually write their first name. So when in the opt-in form, if you leave the name and the email field instead of deleting the name field, then because it's captured their name, you can actually have this first name fix entered into your email or entered into your subject line. So for instance, if we put it in here, personalize first name, then it will say, Luke, thank you for subscribing for me. All right, but that could be anyone, Jane, Dave, whatever the name is. So that's a nice personal touch, and it'll also get you a higher open rate on your emails because it stands out. Obviously, if you see an email with your own personal name in it, it's more likely to stand out to you. So we're going to leave that, and as you can see here, it's just a message editor. It's actually a really nice editor, so you can enter some images. Sorry, there we go. Image, another paragraph. You can set this up however you like. I'm not going to go too far into that at the moment, but we will just fill in a little bit of information. Oh, okay, and this could be, you can basically put in anything that you need to put in here that's relevant to your business. So this might have a link to the next step. This might be they've just purchased a product and they need an activation code. It could literally be absolutely anything. Okay, so now we're going to go through and save that and go to next and save and exit. Okay, so this is the first follow-up email. Now this follow-up email will be sent immediately after somebody opts in. So as I just showed you, filled in my information, as soon as that happens, this email will be sent to that email address that was added. So anybody who puts in their email address will receive this first email. Now we're going to create a second follow-up. Let's say we personalize it again. Oh, don't mind that. That's just spell checker on here. Okay, and then okay, and so you can see this is just another follow-up email. Let's say that we want to play around with this a little bit. So you can, this is all very simple, okay? So you can go through this just like Word, Microsoft Word. You can change everything, your font, your text size, bold, anything that you like to. Okay, so that's really, really easy. Again, you can add your links. So let's say okay, and let's say that this is a video that we want people to be able to click on. Instead of just entering the video link, what you can actually do is embed this link. Okay, so you can put your video URL, and what that will do is it will allow you to track those clicks as well. So it's important. I think it's very important anyway that you actually enter it here in a hyperlink instead of just entering the video URL, instead of just pasting. Just cancel that. Instead of just pasting the URL here, you embed it into there using a hyperlink, and that way you can track all those clicks. Now that might be getting a little bit ahead of us, so let's just keep going. So this is the second email in our series, so because of that we get to actually choose when we want that to be sent out. So let's say that we want that second email to be sent out 3 days after the previous email, and then we save and exit. So now you can see that we have both of our emails here ready to go. Of course, as we want to create a third email, we can create a third email, and the process just continues. Alright, this can be anything. Okay, this really can be anything. Alright. So let's just say we leave that as is, save, again, just fill this in with anything that's relevant. Next email, let's say we want this to go out 2 days after, save and exit. And now I've got 3 emails. Now let's say, for instance, let's say, oh, actually it would be better to have this one as number 2. Just grab it, drag it, move it up there. Okay, it's a really nice system. Aweber is set up very, very well. So now we can edit it, we can send a test. So if we send a test, this will send it to the email address so that we can actually check it. So let's check it. Send this test. Okay, now that will be sent to see how. I like to do this before I send out any email so that I know exactly what it actually looks like when it comes through. So let's say that we check my email address now. Alright, so now here it is. Now you can see straight away that I've made a mistake here, and that it's saying first name fix instead of my name. So that's no good. So then I'm going to come back to the follow-up. I'm going to edit it. And I know why that is. If you remember, it was my spell checker actually changed this here. So now I just know that by eye, because I've seen this so many times. But just to show you, if I was to enter it again, personalize first name. So now I know it's correct, and then we come down and save it, and next, save and exit, and we're going to send a test again. Oh, send test, send test. This is just a great way to make sure that all of your information is correct. So go back to my email address. Now you can see it. Okay, so since I fixed that, now it says my name, Luke. How do you like the training? Okay, and this is just my email, just like normal. And like I said, your information will be displayed down here. Every email comes with an unsubscribe link, which is great because we don't want to be spamming people that don't want our information, so they can unsubscribe or change their subscriber options at any time, which is awesome. Plus, as you can see, we've really got that personalized up here, and we get to test and check, make sure that everything's right before we send it out. Okay, so now I think I'll leave that video, this video here. That is the whole process of setting up your follow-up email series. You can just add email after email after email at a predetermined rate. Okay, so as soon as the person opts in, they're going to be sent this immediately. The next 2 days later, they'll be sent this one automatically without you doing anything. 3 days after that, they'll be sent this one automatically without you doing anything. Now, if we were to create an email, and let's say we wanted to create a follow-up email that we wanted to go out on the same day, we can actually set this setting. I'll just show you. So next, so let's say we're happy with email. If we set this to 0, save and exit. Now that this is sent to 0, sent shortly after the previous message, I found that this will be sent out around about 30 minutes after this message. So if you have 2 emails that you'd like to get delivered almost immediately, then you can by setting it to 0 after the previous, and it'll go out about 30 minutes later. Okay, that's everything for this video. So far, you should be able to set up a sign-up form, create a list, and have your follow-up email series. So in the next video, we're going to cover some more about getting this all set up and working for you.